In this video, I will talk about the concept of change in demand, which causes a shift of the demand curve. In the previous video, you have understood the law of demand as an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Hence, a demand curve isolates the relation between the price of a good and its quantity demanded, while other factors remain constant. What are those other factors, and how do changes in them affect demand? Imagine the demand for a commodity changing without any change in its price. How will you explain this phenomena? This is called a change in demand as against the change in quantity demanded, and is caused by a change in the other determinants of demand other than the price of the good itself. Let's recall the demand function as one where demand is a function of the price of the good itself, price of related goods, consumers' income, consumers' tastes and preferences, consumers' future price expectation, and certain other factors like demography of population, government policies, business cycle, weather, and the like. To understand the shift of the curve, we will now hold the price of the good constant and let the other factors vary to influence demand. There could be a change in consumer income, so he can demand more at the same price. There could be a change in consumer tastes and preferences, future price expectations, or any of the other factors listed in the demand function. When consumers' tastes and preferences change, they will demand less or more of a certain commodity, irrespective of its price. For example, when consumers started preferring touchscreen phones over feature phones, the demand for feature phones went down without their price rising, while the demand for touchscreen phones went up without a fall in their price. Similarly, a consumer might demand more simply because his income has risen and so his purchasing power has gone up. Demand will also change when expectation about future prices of a good change. For example, consumers might purchase more gold in the current time period if its price is expected to rise in the next time period, and vice versa. When substitutes or complements become more expensive or cheaper, they impact the demand for a good. For example, if iPhone becomes more expensive, the demand for Apple smartwatches will go down as they are complementary goods. Similarly, if Apple smartwatches become expensive, the demand for Fitbit smartbands will go up as they are substitutes. This phenomena is referred to as the increase or decrease in demand and causes a shift of the demand curve. A rightward or an outward shift of the curve is indicative of an increase in demand caused by a rise in income, expectation of a future price rise, rise in the price of substitutes, fall in the price of complements, and changing consumer preference. A leftward or an inward shift of the demand curve is indicative of a decrease in demand caused by a fall in income, expectation of future price fall, fall in the price of substitutes, rise in the price of complements, and changing consumer preference. In the next video, I will talk about inferior goods and given goods.